Hello everybody and welcome back to the Celtic FC25 career mode. A Sunday episode to change things up, and there is a reason for that. Now I can't go into too much detail right now, but let's just say I'm not going to be around on Friday, but you've seen me do a couple of vlogs on the channel over the last few months, and expect to see another one in the next few weeks or so. And if we do get to the Champions League final, ideally I was going to have that be Friday's episode, and I would be in the live chat just like I was for the last Champions League final. But obviously if we do get there, I won't be around on Friday, so I'm going to have to try and work around that. But listen, we can't get too ahead of ourselves yet. We're not in the Champions League final yet, but still, I tried to plan ahead as best I can, just in case. But we are currently in second place in the Champions League table, and we will be playing third place Real Madrid, who are having a much better time in this Champions League campaign than they've had in real life. And look at that squad. That is quite a scary team to be coming up against. Alisson still going strong in goal, Mbappe up front, Vinicius Jr. out on the left, Pulisic out on the right, which is interesting. Hakimi, he's returned to Real Madrid there, playing at right back. Jonathan Tah linking up with Robert, who appears to be a regen player. Obrador? I'm not going to lie, I don't know an awful lot about him, but he's at left back. They've got quite an interesting bench as well. Brahim, Grealish, Robert Sanchez, Rainier, Clark, Ahmed and Costa. So a few more regens on the bench there. And of course, they have one of the most highly rated regens that I've seen in the game so far. Skinner! Bloody hell, the voice actor for The Simpsons. That must hurt his throat every single time he does that. But anyways, it is quite a good team. Did I even mention Jude Bellingham and Tchouaméni? I don't think I actually did. But still, Real Madrid are going to be no pushovers. They're right behind us in the Champions League table. But I really do feel like if we win this game, then we will have sealed our path to the last 16. And there is the man himself, Victor Gyökeres. 10 goals already in the Champions League, 2 hat-tricks. He is absolutely loving life at Celtic Park so far, even though his stats in the simmed games in the league have not been that great as of yet. But listen, still a long way to go. And I will keep you up to date with the league table as well when we come towards the end of the season. Let's just say I fancy us to win it again. But here come Real Madrid. Here we go, teleporting through the brick wall. That's probably the thing I'm going to miss the most about when this career mode ends. Who knows, maybe Old Trafford will have a brick wall that we can teleport through as well. Because architecturally, the stadiums have a lot of similarities, Old Trafford and Celtic Park. 2 very historic stadiums that I love dearly. And let's hope that we can bring a Champions League title to this one before wrapping things up and moving on to the other one. But I haven't changed the formation like I did against Real Madrid last time that we played them. I probably overthought it a bit too much then. I mean, we got off to a good start in that game, you do have to remember. We were 2-0 up, but we ended up throwing away that lead, which became a regular theme of the league phase last season. So let's hope we can do a bit better this time round. Mbappe and co. line up there. Alisson, funnily enough, is another goalkeeper I had shortlisted, but the only reason I picked Ederson was because I've used Alisson in other career modes. Not on YouTube necessarily, but I have used him in other career modes that I've done just myself. So I wanted to give Ederson a go to see what he's all about. So the 2 Brazilian goalkeepers that have battled it out in the Premier League for so many years are now going to battle it out in the Champions League as the boys get ready to take on Madrid. Oh lads, I'm pumped for this. Listen, we already have an idea of what their starting 11 is. Let's just get into it. 2 teams who know a thing or two about creating history in Europe. And they're 2 teams that, let's be honest, we're both probably going to qualify for the last 16 automatically. But a win for either team would secure it. We're level on points. So whoever wins here should be able to just advance right through to the last 16. And speaking of 16, here's number 16, Timber. What can he do with it? That's not where I wanted the ball to go at all. He's going to be offside. It was Kokchu who I was trying to aim for. But of course, the game doesn't recognise that. You know what? Sorry now, I hate doing this. I want to see what the ratings are of those regen players. So, well, we obviously know Skinner is 90 rated. Only 75 rated, Robert. Obrador is only 76 rated. I know he's not a regen player, but I didn't know an awful lot about him. 70 rated Jankovic. Clark is only 79 rated. 69 rated Cuevas. Okay, Real Madrid have a few lower rated players in their squad. That's very interesting. But this man is not low rated. Kylian Mbappe. He tore us apart last season, as did Skinner. Excuse me, Skinner! God, that really does hurt my throat. But what a team they have, Real Madrid. Here's Gordon now. We don't have too shabby a team ourselves. That's a good ball. Gyökeres! Oh, it's saved! Kokchu! Oh, it's blocked! Oh, what a chance that was to take the lead. So unlucky. Oh. Gyökeres with the acrobatics, saved by the keeper. Kokchu unable to beat the final defender for the follow-up, but we still have it here. It's Gyökeres again. That's going to go out for a corner kick. Warning signs there for Real Madrid's defence. Kokchu's going to whip this ball in. Johnston unable to win the header. Timber, have a go, lad. Oh, for a second I thought that was going to hit the target just wide of the post. Not a bad effort though from Timber. Not a bad effort at all. Alisson did have to dive for it. Alisson, who might be in a bit of a dilemma in real life, as Quivine Kelleher is performing very well for Liverpool. Gyökeres. Francisco! Is he onside? Yes, he is! It's finally happened! Francisco Conceição has scored his first Champions League goal for Celtic in his second season. And who else to score it against? None other than the most successful team in this competition, Real Madrid. Gyökeres wins the ball back. Conceição basically had an empty net to aim at. Alisson left flat-footed. And it's Celtic 1, Real Madrid 0. Well, he brings in decent numbers domestically, Francisco, but it's in Europe he just hasn't been able to click into gear. But is this the moment now where he can kick on? It's not only his first Champions League goal of this season, he didn't score any at all last season, and he played basically every game up to the final. But what a time to open up your account. Listen, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't score an official, proper Champions League goal until 2007. So, you know, it happens. That was a very risky ball back. Ederson will get rid of it. Johnston does well to keep that in. That's a good ball. Gyökeres can't win it. Here's Johnston again, though. Gordon, have a go, lad. Unlucky. Right at the keeper. But that is crazy to think about. Cristiano Ronaldo had 3 full seasons in the Champions League proper without scoring a goal. And then look at what happened after he got his first one. He became the all-time top Champions League goal scorer and did it in some style. Oh, that's a good ball for Skinner! Oh, but we've dealt with it well. We've dealt with that really well. Let's just hold on to this. We're not in a rush. I don't mind winding down the clock here in the first half. Here's Gordon. Gyökeres is in the middle. Oh, he should have went for the header. Jesus Christ. He completely took Alisson out of it there. Thought he was going to volley the goalkeeper for a second. Oh, that's a good run. That's a very good run, and it's a brilliant finish as well by Kokchu, and we are 2-0 up against Real Madrid. Now listen, I can't get too carried away. We all know what happened when we were in this position last season. Real Madrid were there for the taking, we were all over them, and then they just turned that volume up to 11, and we don't want to talk about what happened after that. But I feel like we're playing a bit better in this game. We've got a much stronger team. We've stuck to our normal tactics, and it seems to be working out for us at the moment. Carlo Ancelotti not looking best pleased, but Joe Turl is delighted. The Turl Titans are 2-0 up against Real Madrid. The Galacticos not up to speed at the moment. Christensen does well there. I am starting him a bit more over Andy Robertson. I think I let the whole Scottish thing just get to me a bit too much. Listen. Whatever. The Lisbon Lions, of course, all grew up within a certain radius of Celtic Park. The Turl Titans is a bit more multicultural, shall we say. Oh, that was a terrible ball. But look, we have Scott McTominay in the squad as well, and Robertson is on the bench, so we do have Scottish players to bring on. There was a part of me tempted to make Phil Brooks Scottish, but I just couldn't. I wanted to keep it true to the real life persona of Phil CM Punk Brooks. But here's Skinner. They'll get one last chance, Real Madrid. What can they do here? Here's Vinicius Jr. Is that going to go up for a corner? Yes, it is. Oh, come on, ref. We're in the bloody 4th minute of the one you added on. Pulisic will whip it in, or Pulisic, however you say his name, and Ederson will catch it. There's so many names I had great confidence that I knew how to pronounce, but then I hear so many different pronunciations of them that I start to doubt myself. But anyways, 2-0 up here against Real Madrid. Not only a slow day for Mbappe, a slow day for the whole Real Madrid team. We are 2-0 up. Let's hope that we can hold on to this lead, maybe even extend it this time, and not have a repeat of what happened last season. No changes at half-time. I had to take a quick toilet break just to make sure that I'm fully focused on this second half. But we are rocking the same 11 in the second 45 as we did in the first. I don't think Real Madrid have made any changes either. Go on, Varela. He's already scored one. Beauty in the Champions League this season. He nearly scored another one. Oh, he hit the woodwork. So unlucky. Well, he has definitely been working on his shooting since last season. Bloody hell, that was a rocket. So unlucky that it had to clip the post. Oh God, Ederson. Bit of a risk with that dribble, but he somewhat worked out. But he has scored some bangers, Varela. That goal he got in the last episode. Who was that against again? Why can't I remember? Was it Salzburg? Who the hell did we beat? No, it was Athens. It was Athens we beat 5-0. And Varela scored an absolute beauty. Ward scored a very good goal in that game too. This man Gyökeres got the hat-trick. Well, he's looking to beat Cristiano Ronaldo's record. Actually, no, what am I saying? That was already beaten last season, wasn't it? I hate how they don't update that in the game. It's really annoying. That's one thing I'll say about Football Manager. At least they update all those stats. Oh, Varela having another go. I'll be honest with you though, lads. I'm not a big Football Manager fan. I don't like not being able to play the games. I like having the option of playing or simming. That's one thing I've always preferred about career mode. But there's definitely a lot of features in Football Manager that I'd love to carry over to career mode. Here's Timber into Anthony Gordon, who has been so much fun to use. Oh, and he could have sealed the deal there for us. Parried away by Alisson. It is going to go out for a corner kick. Can we get this third goal? Which would definitely settle a few nerves. Johnston. He was ready to pounce there, but it was headed away from him before he could get the touch. Timber. Back to Christensen. Timber. Gyökeres. Oh, good save again by Alisson. God, this second half has flown by. And we have been all over Real Madrid. It's been absolutely crazy how bad they've been. That's going to be offside. I might use this opportunity to make a few subs. Go on, we'll bring on a Scotsman. We'll bring on Robertson. And you know what? We'll bring on McTominay as well. Timber and Christensen can get a break. Anybody else I fancy bringing on? Inaccio's a bit tired, but I'm going to leave everything else the way it is. And I think this just proves there's just something about Borussia Dortmund. Because when we lost that opening game, lads, I was worried. I really was worried that Season 5 could be over before it even really begins. But Signal Iduna Park just seems to be the toughest ground that we always end up visiting. Because we are just about 15 minutes away here from beating Real Madrid. Here's Mbappe. Oh my goodness me, what an effort that was. Well, if that went in, there's not much I could have said about that. That was a hell of a strike. But here we are with 15 minutes left. I'd love to get this third goal. Gordon, dispossessed. City are 3-0 up against Napoli. I'm just really happy that we're now in a great position to not qualify. Or to not end up in the playoffs is what I should say. Is Bellingham though. If Real Madrid pull one back, it would make the last 10 minutes very tense. Good header. Here's Francisco. He's already opened up his Champions League account in this game. Can he add to it? Oh, it's unselfish, but probably should have had a go himself. Oh, Gordon's unable to finish it. I think we'll use this opportunity to make a few more changes. Let's bring on Ward. Let's bring on Maida for Gordon. And you know what? Inacio is absolutely knackered. Costa can come on as well. It'll run down the clock for us a little bit too. Brahim is going to come on for Pulisic. I have to say, I really do like that Real Madrid jersey. They've always had lovely jerseys over the years, Real Madrid. But this Celtic kit here is going to be a Christmas present for myself. It was something that I did request. And I'm very much looking forward to wearing it. The first Celtic jersey I ever bought was, well, I say bought, the first one that was ever gifted to me was the 05-06 kit. It was just after Roy Keane had joined Celtic. He was my first ever favourite player at United. So when he joined Celtic, that was kind of the first time I really started to pay attention to Celtic, really, which is crazy to think about. And I wanted to follow Keane's journey there. And as short-lived as it was great to be able to experience some of those Celtic games. But 2 added minutes here. We're 2-0 up. Can we keep this clean sheet? Oh, Mbappe. What's he doing? He's not had a great time these last few days. Ederson can hold on to this. He can belt it away. And Celtic have sealed a historic 3 points here against Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid. A 2-0 victory. A very, very good performance as well. By far the better team. Francisco Conceição and Kokchu on the score sheet. I can't speak. Again, look at these great camera angles from EA. Like, what else can be said? But Celtic Park goes mental as we wrap up this 2-0 win against Real Madrid, and surely we've sealed our path now to the last 16. So this is how the table currently looks as we go into our second last game of the Champions League phase. Why is that so hard to say, by the way? It's so annoying. The Champions League phase. Group stage just sounded so much better. But anyways, we've got 2 more games to go in the league phase of the Champions League. That sounds a bit better. We are in second place with 15 points after 6 games. 5 wins in a row despite that first loss in game 1 against Dortmund. As you can see there, 3 points clear of PSV, who are in 8th, which is the last automatic last 16 spot, but Tottenham are level on points with them in 9th, so it's still not completed yet, but I feel like if we get the 3 points here against Midtjylland, it's as good as done. So we did take on Midtjylland in our next game. I decided to use the highlights feature for it. We did end up going 1-0 down through a spot kick. Ederson guessed the right way, but the ball was just a bit too high for him. Very well dispatched penalty kick. It is annoying though how the goalkeeper seemed to have such a delayed reaction when you guess the right way. It's very, very frustrating. But thankfully, it didn't matter too much in the end. Quinton Timber scoring his first Champions League goal of the season. This was right from a counter-attack as well, right at the start of the second half. Timber had quite a few highlights, which is good to see, because I feel like he's been a little bit quiet since we brought him back. But here he is, getting in and amongst the goals in the Champions League. And who else to put us 2-1 up? None other than Victor Gyökeres. He may not have been able to score against Real Madrid, but he turns up here against Midtjylland, and that put us on the road to victory. And even though in the last episode I said that the goal of the season contenders have probably already been, placed, Victor Gyökeres may have a thing or two to say about that. Look at this. What a strike. Great long cross, I think by Christensen. Gyökeres chests it down, buries it into the top corner. Lovely volley outside the box, and that sealed 3 points. And really now, there's no way we ain't qualifying for the last 16 of the Champions League. An absolute beauty to seal it as well. Every single one of you Celtic fans tuned into this episode right now, screenshot this, frame it, print out a big banner of it. Celtic are top of the league phase with one game to go. But of course, that game has to be against Club Brugge. Even though we've already qualified for the last 16, I want to play this game in full. You know the rivalry we have with Belgian teams. And not only is this one of the biggest Belgian teams to play, but they also have our former player, Evan Ferguson. There is a lot riding on this game. Let's get right into it. So here we are in Brugge to take on Club Brugge. Evan Ferguson up against his old team. We have made a few changes just because we have already qualified, and obviously the league title race is still going on in the background, so just wanted to keep a couple of players fresh for those sim games. But still, I'm taking this game very seriously. Robertson back in the team, McTominay starts as well, Maeda's out wide, Ida's up front, Ward is in the team as well. Can we create an early chance here? No, we can't. Oh, fuck! Actually, no, I didn't put Ward in the team. Shit! Oh, I just realised now I never actually did that in the menu. Oh, my bad. Anyways, we'll bring him on at half-time. I was supposed to put him in the team! Oh my god, Evan Ferguson. Very nearly coming back to haunt us there. Brugge, of course, are in 29th place. I'm not going to lie, I didn't actually check what the points tally was, so I don't know if they can still qualify for the playoffs or not. But still. Oh, it's a good ball to Maeda. One of my favourite players in this series. Hasn't been in the starting 11 as much recently, which is a shame. But look, we had to strengthen in certain areas, and at least we know what he can do when called upon. It's always good to have those players that you know you can rely on no matter what. Robertson gets bodied there. And here's Ferguson again. Oh, I tell you what, I thought Ederson was going to let that go past him for a second. Good save by the goalkeeper. Headed away. Good block again by Timber. Seems to be getting into quite a good groove now. Timber. Is Adamida, the man that we decided to keep over Evan Ferguson. I knew I was going to keep either Ida or Ferguson and bring in Gyökeres. And I think we made the right decision. Listen, Ferguson's a great player, but it was more money. He hasn't actually joined a rival per se. I mean, Brugge look like they're going to be knocked out of the Champions League. So it's not like he can do any damage to us, even if he does win this game against us. But Adamida, speak of the devil, he is the one to put us 1-0 up. In for Victor Gyökeres today as we do a bit of squad rotation. But it's the same end result no matter who's playing in that position. Lovely left-footed finish there. Good touch. Smacks it past the goalkeeper. Club Brugge 0, Celtic 1. You love to see it. Well, he's made a few cameo appearances in the Champions League, Adamida. This is his first start in the competition this season. His second goal. The other one did come against Fenerbahce in that incredible 5-3 game. And I will also reveal at the end of this episode who we will be playing in the last 16. Ooh, Ferguson. Well, he's had a few chances against his old team here. He's in the mood. He wants to try and prove that we should have kept him. But for as lively as he's been, Ederson has been equal to him. Oh, good ball. Oh, it's not actually. Lala was able to get there. Maeda was in La La Land there, am I right? I'll see myself out. Anyways, here's Harris, a player who I did have shortlisted. He's an English winger, a regen, who looked quite decent. But we ended up going for a different English winger in Anthony Gordon. Maeda with the good ball. Oh, Adamida! Oh my goodness me, what a finish. Two of the OG players linking up there. 2-0 to Celtic here, just after the half-hour mark. And the curse of the Belgian teams does not seem to be striking us here. If anything, we're cursing them. A beautiful finish there from Adamida after a great ball by Maeda. Normally, we play Maeda on the left. He's playing on the right today, but he's showing that he's just as deadly on either side. And we are basically 45 minutes away from topping the Champions League table, which is incredible. Honestly, I didn't think we'd ever get to this stage. I mean, last season, if we'd won the Champions League, it would have been an incredible underdog story, considering how bad our league phase was. Like, it's night and day, the comparison of Season 4's league phase campaign and Season 5's. It's incredible. But you love to see it. And let's just hope we can bring this momentum into the knockout rounds. Go on, Scott McTominay, have a goal. There's been some bangers scored recently. But the goalkeeper was able to catch that one. Bloody hell, I can't speak. I have a bit of a sore throat at the moment, which you could probably tell. Which is why I'm not speaking as loudly. But listen, we'll power on through. As Brugge looked to power through the defence here. Good tackle by Phil Brooks. Thought he was injured there for a second. Here's Gordon. Is this the third goal? Yes, it is. And lads, honestly, I'm at a stage now where I might just jump to result. We've already qualified. We're 3-0 up against the Belgian team. What more can you say? You love to see it. Let's do it. Let's have this halftime whistle blow. Unless the referee just wants to add on 5 or 6 minutes, because why not? Oh, he's going to give him a free kick as well. Evan Ferguson will be the man to take it. And that surely should be half-time. Yes, it is. 3-0 up. Right, lads, I'm going to make a rake of changes. Then we'll jump to result, because we've already done it. We've topped the Champions League group. There's no point in lallying around any longer. So let's see. Let's take off Timber, bring on Ward. Let's give Brooks a rest and bring on Marquis and just play him as a centre-back, because why not? You know what? Let's give Burt a game in goal. Why the hell not? I've said that like 6 times. Let's give Cockchu a rest. Bring on Varela. Put McTominay up there. We'll give Gordon a rest for Francisco. And do we have one more change? No, we don't. Gyökeres can get a rest altogether. Actually, do you know what? No, let's bring on Palma, because he hasn't really played much recently. We'll put him on the right. Let me just go into the game to make sure the subs all came on. There we go. And now let's jump to the results. Sim to the end. Oh my goodness me. They nearly pulled off a great comeback, Brugge. 3-2 it ended. But listen, who cares? We get the victory. We top the league phase. Absolutely sensational stuff. Lads, I could look at this all day. I could look at this all day, all night. Celtic, 8 games into the Champions League phase, top of the table, 7 wins, 1 defeat, 29 goals scored, 13 goals conceded, and victories over Real Madrid and a Belgian team. What more could you ask for? Absolutely love to see it. We do advance through to the last 16 as league phase winners. The rest of the top 8 is as follows. PSG, Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Juventus and Tottenham end up sneaking in to the top 8 as well. So 3 English teams. In the playoff places, let's see if there's any surprises there. Atletico, Milan, Napoli, Leipzig, Hoffenheim, Barcelona, PSV, Villarreal, Arsenal, Ferencvárosi. Yeah, nobody overly surprising so far. Rangers finishing in 23rd. Dortmund in 24th. I knew there was somebody obvious missing, but it wasn't quite clicking. They battered us on match day 1, and they end up only narrowly qualifying for the playoffs. That's crazy to see. Nobody overly surprising getting knocked out. Valencia in 35th. That's a bit of a sad sight, but anyways. But listen, all that matters is that Celtic topped the league phase. I'm sorry, I want to look at that again. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love looking at that. As I said, Celtic fans, appreciate every single second of that. For this alone, it was worth doing another season. But let's see how the playoff round went, and then let's find out who our opponent will be in the last 16 in tomorrow's episode. Was there any surprise results? So Atletico Madrid beating Inter Milan by 4-3 on aggregate. AC Milan beating Ferencvárosi 6-3 on aggregate. Napoli and Benfica drawing the second leg, but Benfica end up going through 3-2 on aggregate. Leipzig defeating Rangers, and from the looks of it, Rangers were in front in the first leg, but they bottled it. Leipzig do knock out Rangers. Another disappointing season for them in Europe. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. And then in the other games, let's see, Hoffenheim beat Stade Rennais, Barcelona beating Frankfurt on aggregate, Dortmund, despite not having the most convincing league phase campaign, battering PSG to convincingly go through to the last 16, and Arsenal beating Villarreal in what looked like a very, very exciting playoff tie. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Who is our opponent in the round of 16? Drum roll, please. Oh, wouldn't you just know it? Wouldn't you just know it? It's the team that knocked out Rangers, RB Leipzig, a team we've played a few times in this series already. And they are going to be the team we play in the first knockout round of the Champions League. The last 16, we will be taking on the team from Germany, who Celtic beat in real life already this season. Let's hope we can repeat that here in Season 5 of the career mode. The other games there, Benfica Tottenham, Arsenal Juventus, Dortmund Liverpool, Barcelona PSG, Milan Real Madrid, Atletico Bayern Munich, Hoffenheim and Man City. I tell you what, it may only be the last 16, but there's some cracking games there. And our games against Leipzig will both be played in full in tomorrow's episode. Lads, if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please hit that like button. We are on the road as well to 500 subscribers. Once again, thank you so much for helping me get to 400 as quickly as we did. And I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Take care.